Yo, what up, everybody? You're watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. NBA free agency day 4 is upon us. It's kind of a little bit dry out there. A little dryness in the association. But we got some big rumors to talk about with the New York Knicks. The Knicks have been linked to OG Anunoby. Shout out to Carl after I roasted him for his backup power forward wants and needs. Sorry, Carl. You know I love you. But we're talking about in today's show, as the New York Post told us to keep our eyes on OG Anunoby, we are going to do that. Also, we put a video out earlier in the day about Immanuel Quickley, and reports coming out that the Knicks have offered him in a trade for a player via The Athletic. We'll quickly mention that, but after the show, if you want to go check out that Immanuel Quickley stuff, it's out on the channel as well. We're also going to talk about 5 blockbuster trade ideas. We know the Knicks have a whole bunch of picks. They have a whole bunch of players they could trade, and they want to make a trade for a star. So we're going to go through 5 blockbuster trade ideas that myself and Patrick Seatman cooked up in the Chat Sports studios. And then we're going to close today's show with a mailbag, getting back to our roots on this channel of just interacting with the audience. I love just answering questions from you guys. So if you want to be featured on them in the mailbag later on in about an hour and a half or so, just use your question, comment your question down below in the chat, and just include hashtag Knicks. That way we could pop it up on screen. Like, hashtag Knicks. Should the Knicks trade? Should they trade for? Should they sign? Whoever. Give us your thoughts and takes or whatever down below. Just include hashtag Knicks. We got 200 people watching as we are live here on New York Knicks Now. Let's get a real one roll call. We've picked up a whole bunch of subscribers over the past couple of days as we went live on the channel on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We put out 2 videos on Sunday. We put out a video earlier today. We're already going live today. A whole bunch of content has been coming from this channel. And it's not just me. Seeps has been helping a whole bunch. Everybody in the Chat Sports studio has been helping. So shout out to them. But let's get back to the DNA of this channel where the real ones hold us up. If you're a real one, you love the Knicks and you love New York Knicks Now, comment real one down below and we'll give you some shout outs. My man Knicks Galaxy, the definition of a real one, already retweeted my tweet today with the show. Knicks Galaxy, we appreciate you. My man Brian B, I am Jules, Brandon, Zeph, Tavon, Will, Ahmed, Cameron, Eric, Albert, CPJ, Lil Sufel, Julian, Bradley, Bluebell, Allen, Steve, Ty Clemens. What up, Ty? Rich Rob in the building. CeeLo, Joseph, Giovanni, Slick Rich, Jimmy, Alex C, M. Bootsy Jones, Richard B, Lele. Let's go, M. Anthony Garcia. A whole bunch of real ones in the building. If you haven't yet, hit that thumbs up icon. Help the boys out as we got 250 people in this piece. But Seeps, only 36 likes.
That's a crime, Marsh.
That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable.
We're bringing it. You guys got to bring it.
We have been bringing it for a week now. 14, 15, 16 months at this point. We need you guys to match our energy. Hit that thumbs up icon. Let's get up to 100 likes on today's show. Seeps, we got some blockbuster trades coming up around the corner. So I want people in the comment section right now to name a player the Knicks should trade for. Let me know. My man Bluebell in the chat says, y'all are doing the thing with the Knicks updates. We appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the love. M. says, I have been subscribed and watching you for 2 years. That's a real one, my man. M. We appreciate you. J. Liv says, stop telling us what to do. J. Liv, you don't run shit, J. Liv. Especially after, you know what? Not even going to bring it up. Not even going to bring it up. J. Liv was on my head top the other day. I'm not backing down. What up, J. Liv? Name a player, though, that you want the Knicks to trade for. Seeps, is there a guy out there that you want the Knicks to trade for? I'm seeing a Jalen Brown, a Zion, Bridges, OG, James Harden, Embiid, Jalen Brown, Zach LaVine. Carl's in the chat saying real one.
You know who my answer is. It's Bridges. It is Mikal Bridges. Somehow to get the Nova gang all back together, that would be my dream scenario with the Knicks. Could you imagine how cool it would be from 4 guys who won a national championship together in college? And then if they would get Bridges, they would legitimately have a chance to win an NBA championship. I think it would be sweet.
Could you run a lineup of Brunson, Hart, DiVincenzo, Bridges, and Mitchell Robinson? Would that be your starting five?
That would be a cold starting five.
I would love it. I would love it. We got 330 people watching. The audience is continuing to go up. We're appreciating the support. If you're just joining today's show, we're going to break down the latest trade rumors surrounding OG Anunoby. We're going to talk about some blockbuster trade ideas. Josh Hart continues to recruit Mikal Bridges. And with Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart on Team USA with Mikal Bridges, they say the big three in Miami was born during Team USA.
You know they're going to be talking a little bit.
Could we have a big three in New York that stems from Team USA and maybe even the Villanova Wildcats?
Dude, could you imagine?
I'm sure Brunson and Hart aren't going to talk to Mikal Bridges about the Knicks at all during Team USA, right? It's going to be a lot of fun. Hit that thumbs up icon. We got 69 likes, and that is nice as hell. I always appreciate a good 69 likes. Let's get up to 150 likes, though. We got 330 people watching. I know there's 80 people in this piece looking at my messed up widow's peak that hasn't liked the video. So if you could, hit that thumbs up icon. We're going to get the show rolling in just a quick second. We do have a super chat menu for the real ones today. Seeps, we've been doing in day 1 of free agency, day 2 of free agency, and when the Knicks signed Donte DiVincenzo, we had a huge raffle going on. Today is the day where we end the raffle. If you want to enter the raffle for our brand new black Knicks Now Real One t-shirt, a $5 super chat will get you in that raffle. If you already sent in a $5 super chat on Friday, Saturday, Friday or either live stream on Saturday. We went twice live on Saturday.
Your name's in there.
Your name is in there. $5 super chat. We'll do that. $50 super chat. We'll do a shotgun race, shot fun race. And if we get to $500 in super chats today, I'm taking down the boot once again. Seeps, we're pretty much off for the rest of the week at this point. We're off tomorrow, but then we're back. But we get a day off on July 4th.
This is pretty much a Friday.
It feels like a Friday night right now.
Yeah, a sneaky little Friday.
It feels like a Friday night. Another way you can support the channel, and honestly the easiest way to support the channel and to get the most out of your super chats, is to either A, send in a Cash App. You could do that and support the channel. To my Cash App, it goes back into the Chat Sports pot. It helps me, it helps Seeps, it helps the channel. You can hit me up on Cash App, MarshG10, or Venmo at Marshall Green _. We're still going to be able to pop it up on screen. We're still going to go crazy and show you guys the support that you guys and the love that you guys show for the support for us. Venmo or Cash App is the best way to support over a super chat. That's all I can say. Rich Rob, though, coming in with a $5 super chat. My man says, send my shirt, stop playing.
I got it.
Rich, you're on the wheel. You're on the wheel. We leave it up to the gods out there.
The gods on wheelofnames.com.
The gods on wheelofnames.com. If you send in a $5 super chat, you will enter our t-shirt raffle. My man Knicks Galaxy sends in a $5 super chat. He's going on the Wheel of Names. He says, I need that shirt. You deserve a shirt. That's for freaking sure, Knicks Galaxy. Then Ramon Garcia, or is it Raymond? I would go with Ramon, but if it's Raymond, let me know. My man Ramon Garcia sends in a $5 super chat. Seeps, we also got a $5 Venmo from a legend in the building. I am Jules.
Okay.
I am Jules, I believe, sent in a Venmo. I saw it in the chat, and then it went away. Yes, he said check Cash App. It is official. I am Jules. Send in a $5 Cash App. We'll pop it up with the Venmo graphic, even though it was a Cash App. Shout out to I Am Jules, $5 Cash App. He is also going on the Wheel of Names. Seeps, we got a lot of people on the wheel already.
This is it. If you guys see your name right there, you guys are entered for the giveaway. It's going to be tight, though. It's going to be
tight. But I know some people are like, but what if I send in 20? What if I send in 50? We wanted to give everybody an even chance.
Yeah, keep everybody fair. So only one $5 super chat, you get on the wheel.
Shout out to y'all. $5 super chat, Cash App or Venmo, and you go on the wheel. Ty Clemens says, true, real one. I bought 5 shirts at price. Support the crew. Buy a shirt. Ty Clemens, the definition of a real one. That is a fact. As Slick Rich says, I need that shirt in my life. Shout out to Slick Rich. He's going on the board. Seeps, let's show off the shirt. As we just got another $5 super chat from Liquid Swords, right? That's how you say that? Liquid Swords. My man, he appreciated it. He says, let's get Dame.
Ooh.
Dame Lillard. Seeps, what do you think about Dame Lillard to the New York Knicks?
Tremendous basketball player. I've been kind of on the record. I just don't think the fit would be as smooth as maybe people think.
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, look, the Cleveland Cavaliers were the 4 seed with Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, and you would pretty much be recreating that with Brunson and Damian Lillard, excuse me. But both those guys are younger than 28 years old. Damian Lillard is into his 30s, so I don't know. I would say no on Damian Lillard, and I don't think he wants to come here. Sounds like he wants to be a member of the Miami Heat. My man CPJ says, am I on the spin? Yeah,
you are.
You're on there, CPJ. You have done more than enough, my brother. Liquid Swords, we appreciate you, Brody, and you are going on the wheel of names for our T-shirt. We started off with the blue Knicks Now Real One shirt, but now we're going with the black one. I think it just looks a little bit more crisp, a little bit more HD. The blue one is still the retro OG one. I have one. I know a lot of you guys have one as well, but we wanted to do something special and do a raffle for this one. My man OG, the homie, he won it during the NBA draft when we did it. But you can also get 20% off the shirt. If you just want to flat out buy the shirt or support the company, you go to chatsports.com/realknicks. And if you use the code, all one word, SummerVibes20, you could save 20% off. That deal's not going to last forever. So, Liquid Sword says the Garden would go crazy with Dame. He would.
It would. But
is that a long-term plan for success?
Yeah, I mean, the dude's going to make – I mean, he's 6'2", 33 years old. He's an undersized guard. I just think maybe Dame's I think he's maybe got 2 or 3 more years left of, like, high-quality play. Or else – because – and also what we've seen with these lower or not as big guards, they hit that ceiling fast. Like, it's very similar to, like, running backs in the NFL. Like, you'll see that cliff coming.
Can the Knicks afford to have a backcourt defensively of Brunson and Damian Lillard? I don't think so.
I don't think you can, especially with teams like the Bucks and the Celtics and Sixers, who are like bigger teams in the East. Like they might get taken advantage of.
Agreed. You go to chatsports.com/realknicks and use the promo code SummerVibes20. You can get a Knicks Now Real One T-shirt for 20% off. IWC in the building. Io DeSumo in this piece. $2 super chat. We appreciate it. He says the Knicks should trade for Io DeSumo. What do you think of that, Seeps?
I mean, he's a restricted free agent, a little sign and trade here.
We have that trade exception now because we traded Obi Toppin.
Yeah. Tibbs would love him. I'll tell you that. Tibbs would play him all the time.
But Seeps, we don't need another 6'4" guard.
See, the thing is, Io's also the same archetype as Josh Hart. He can guard 1 through 3, like long, athletic.
I'm good on DeSumo. For the simple fact, I think our guard and forward small. Yeah. Our 1, 2, and 3 minutes are already taken up.
Yeah, a lot of cooks in that kitchen.
A lot of cooks in the kitchen. Love that expression. IWC, we appreciate you. Shout out to Johnson, you. Alan Alford with a $5 super chat. He says, does $4.99 count? Absolutely, it counts, Alan. Alan is going on the wheel of names for our T-shirt raffle giveaway. He says, Damon Brunson backcourt, no D. I agree. Yeah. You would be putting up 120, 130 a night, but you might lose some games 142 to 138.
Yeah. And I mean, we saw the Cavs get mobbed up in 5 by our own Knicks. So.
Yeah. It'd be fun on 2K. It'd be a hell of a fun team to watch, but I just don't think it makes you a championship contender, and that's what I hope the New York Knicks are building too. Jay Liv, $5 super chat. If he's not already on the board, he is going on the board. I think he might have already been there, but he said, what are the odds that the Knicks can get Bridges or Cam Johnson in a swap that sends Lillard to the Nets? Not that high. Not that high. If a Mikal Bridges trade were to happen, I think it would probably be next season or the season after that.
And if they're going to trade for
Dame, they're going to want to keep Bridges.
Exactly, yeah.
So I would actually put it at like a 2% chance that we could go in as a third team in a Nets Portland deal where we get Bridges. I mean, why would Dame want to go to the Nets if Bridges isn't there, right?
Exactly. Yeah, he wouldn't.
And I don't think they want to trade Cam Johnson, and they technically can't trade him because they just signed him to that extension, so he won't be eligible to be traded until like January or something like that. So J-Liv, not all that high, but I know some people are saying there's zero chance that Mikal Bridges isn't coming here. I would say the longer we get into his Nets tenure, the more likely it becomes. Next year, it's more likely than this year. The year after that, it's more likely than this year.
And if he ever is available, the Knicks are going to be the number one team.
Yeah.
By far.
100% agree. 100% agree. D Nice coming in with a $5 super chat, an OG on the channel. What up, D Nice? He says, I say we need to make one more move. We need to get off Evans' contract, throw in Deuce and some draft picks for a wing or backup. Oh, lordy.
Shit.
I think the Knicks are holding on to Evan Fournier in hopes that they can get a deal done where they can use his contract as a salary filler for a star.
Yeah.
They don't just want to get off that $18 million.
Hey, expiring contracts nowadays, I mean,
especially at $18 million.
They got some value to them, especially when you're trying to trade for a star. So.
Yeah.
But Josh Hart's the backup power forward.
Yeah.
Or DiVincenzo.
Josh Hart will play a little backup forward. Isaiah Hartenstein will play a little backup power forward. I mean, I also don't want to rule out Isaiah Roby. I mean, you signed him for a reason at the end of the season. He has had games where he scored 30 points before. He's not Obi Toppin. I understand that. But Seeps, what backup power forwards in the NBA are we scared of to where we actually need a big backup power forward?
Especially in the East. I mean, Bobby Portis, I guess, would be that's a tough matchup. But again, that's not, deciding playoff series.
Yeah. Don't forget, Hayward Highsmith was the backup power forward for the Heat.
And the Heat were fine against the Celtics, who were running, Grant Williams as their backup for.
And the Nuggets, their backup forward, Jeff Green. And he just left in free agency.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Christian Brown was their backup power forward at Stents. People run a point guard, 3 wings, and a big. That's what they do in their bench unit.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's your bench unit. I know we want to harp on Obi Toppin and we want to get a replacement at a backup 4. I just don't see it coming unless it's a veteran minimum deal. Maybe a vet min deal. That would be my guess. S-Teacher Planner says, Martian Seeps making my day. Excited about Donte, but we need a big man. You got Mitchell Robinson, you got Isaiah Hartenstein, and you got Jericho Sims. That's 3 big guys.
I think maybe the Knicks do need to add maybe a little more size at the wing spot. Just maybe have
I think a taller wing could be in order.
Because, listen, I've talked about this anytime I'm talking hoops. The last couple NBA champions, besides the Warriors being that outlier, they all have great size. Overall lineup size. The Nuggets this past year, them running Michael Porter, Aaron Gordon, and Jokic, I mean, they're all damn near 7 feet tall. And then, the Bucks team, they've always been big. That Raptors team that won. The Lakers bubble team is always big. Maybe more size, but I mean, but then again, the Knicks, they got strength. Strength's also a real thing.
Yeah, I would just say though, if you want to trade for a big wing, you're gonna have to trade one of your wings going out, and that's either gonna be R.J. Barrett or Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
So I think you're good at the backup center spot. I don't even necessarily think you need a backup power forward. I would take a cheap veteran minimum guy. But I do agree with you, Pat, that they could use a long wing.
Yeah.
But where's he going to play? Yeah. If he's coming in, someone's got to be going out.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, I thought Torrey Craig would have been a good fit for the Knicks. Bulls got him today. Oubre is going to be too expensive. Yeah, maybe just get a little more size.
I would like a taller wing. I'd like a longer wing, but if someone's coming in, someone's got to be going out. As teacher planner, you are going on the board. I'm glad you're excited about the Donte DiVincenzo signing, and I'm excited that you are here hanging out with us as always. Thank you for all the love and support you show to us. D Nice back again. He said, what star? This is the season to do it. What would you do? Robbie G. I don't even know what that means.
Robbie G. League R. I don't know.
I'm missing the joke there. What star?
Well, we got 5 stars.
We got
up.
5 blockbuster trades that we're talking about in about 30 minutes. So buckle up and sit down, D Nice, and accept it. CPJ says, win in NBA history. Appreciate the super chat. He says, has a rival team traded a caliber player like Bridges to another rival team? I'm sorry, it's not happening unless he goes to free agency. That's my take on it. I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Fair take.
Trying to think.
Of my head. I mean, like, when Boston sent their old big 3 to Brooklyn, but like,
yeah,
they're at the tail end of their careers.
I think a sign and trade when he becomes a free agent is probably most likely, right? Because the Knicks probably won't have cap space when he is a free agent. But if he says, hey, I'm going to the Knicks and I'm not coming back here, do you want something for me or nothing? The Nets are going to oblige. The Knicks are going to oblige. Steven says, my super chat isn't showing. Well, I don't know why either. If it didn't come through, though, you weren't charged. I can promise you that. I wish I could, I'm trying to think of, what are rival teams, though?
I don't know.
I don't think that it is all that likely the Knicks are going to just straight up trade for Mikal Bridges. But I do think a sign and trade could happen.
I mean, especially when his contract's up.
What if he demands a trade?
And he's like, hey, I'm going to go play for New York. I'm going to go sign there. I'll give you guys the grace of you guys can go get either draft or player compensation.
Yeah. What about when he's going into the last year of deal in that summer and he says, hey, I'm not going to sign here in NBA free agency back and I want to go play for the Knicks? Is it all that likely? No, but is it zero? I don't think so.
Especially in the NBA. I mean, anything
is possible. Who said a 3-team deal couldn't happen? I mean, I'm not going to rule out anything. I didn't think Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal were going to be playing together.
With Eric Gordon. I mean, nobody thought. Everybody's, they're going to have no bench and all this.
Are Washington and the Celtics not considered rivals?
Yeah.
I would consider them rivals in the Eastern Conference. They just sent Kristaps Porzingis to him. I think it's a little bit deeper than the Knicks and the Nets, But
I mean, who says what if the Knicks want to just completely the Nets want to completely rebuild and they're like, the Knicks have the best trade package. We're just going to go there.
Yeah. Not the most likely thing in the world, but I'm not ruling it out 100%. Yeah. I'm not. Tavon, my man, $5 super chat. He is going on the board to win the T-shirt. He says, yo, Marsh, we need Jalen Brown or Lauri Markkanen.
Both of them are probably going to be on their respective teams for...
Yeah. I would actually, is it a hot take to say I'd rather have Lauri Markkanen over Jalen Brown?
On his contract, I was going to say the same exact thing. God, that stretch it pisses me. Lauri is so valuable, I feel like. I feel like Lauri is a great 3. A fantastic 3, but...
And the Knicks could use another perimeter scorer. I would take either of those guys. But I don't know how much of an upgrade Jalen Brown actually is for the New York Knicks. I think the Knicks need an alpha, and I'm not sure he's an alpha. I know everyone has different opinions, but just mine.
He's going to be making $55 a year.
Yeah, he's going to be making alpha money.
Yeah.
Definitely. Tavon, you're going on the wheel for the T-shirt. We appreciate you. As Jason B in the building. What's going on, Mr. Jason? He says, I think we should only go with an upgrade to our starting 5. Let's not think small potatoes. We need a needle mover, and we have assets. I agree. I only want to make a trade at this point. There's 2 trades I would like to make, Jason. A consolidation trade of some sorts or an upgrade in the starting lineup. Those are the only 2 trades I see on the horizon for the New York Knicks. Maybe you trade a couple of your bench players or your couple of your younger guys, and you upgrade somewhere. Those are the only 2 moves that I think really make sense for the New York Knicks at this time. Your minutes are taken up already. Brunson and Quickley. Grimes, DiVincenzo. RJ, Josh Hart. Mitchell Robinson, Isaiah Hartenstein. That's a 9-man rotation already. Yeah. Tibbs only really likes to play 9. Could he play 10? Yes. But I think he wants to rock with that 9-man rotation. Could be wrong, But I'm in agreement with you, Jason. It's a consolidation trade of some sorts or a trade for a superstar. And Obi was already kind of your consolidation trade at this point. We do have a live mailbag coming up where we're going to be answering questions from subscribers around the corner. If you want to be featured on our mailbag, go ahead and use hashtag Knicks or Super Chat. If you go in the comment section, you type out a question, you type out a take, you want to tell me something, you want to ask us something, just include hashtag Knicks in there, and then Seeps can pop that up on screen. And if you Super Chat and it's applicable to the Knicks, we're going to pop it up in the mailbag as well. All Super Chats jump the line, and then if you want to get your question in, you can use hashtag Knicks. Alan Alford back again with a $5 Super Chat. Alan, we appreciate you, man. He says, RJ Grimes or RJ with Fournier's contract to get a starting 3. So like package RJ and Grimes to get a starting 3 or RJ and Fournier? I would rather package RJ and Fournier. I said it in my video today, and I'll let Seeps and you guys discuss it. I ranked the Knicks trade chips on their team. I ranked the top 5 most valuable players I think would have the most trade value. So a trade value chart for the New York Knicks. I had Jalen Brunson number 1. I think you would have the most trade value of anybody on the Knicks. Number 2 was really tough for me. It was really, really tough. I put Immanuel Quickley. I put Immanuel Quickley as the number 2 player. I put Quentin Grimes at number 3. I put RJ Barrett at number 4. And I put Julius Randle at 5. I would put Josh Hart 6. I would put
Mitch Robb
7. Or maybe Mitch Robb 6, Josh Hart 7. And then Isaiah Hartenstein 8.
Yeah.
I know some people would say RJ Barrett is the number 2.
I would probably flip Grimes in quickly, but
you'd go Grimes 2?
I would think you would have more.
I wanted to go Grimes 2. I just think, though, with Quickley, man, the guy has shown that he can be a starting point guard in this league.
Definitely.
While Grimes has shown that as well, I think there might be a team out there that thinks can Immanuel Quickley be our Jalen Brunson, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, come to a new role, get more minutes, and get more production out of the guy that you were getting. I mean, Immanuel Quickley in 20 games started this year. I think it was actually 22 or 23 games he started this year. He averaged 20-plus points per game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, shot just under 50% from the floor, and like 40-plus% from 3. Like, that's superstar numbers. So that's how I would go. I know some people would say RJ Barrett has the second most trade value on this team. I think other teams would be more interested in Quickley or Quentin Grimes. Yeah. You can go check out that video as well. We talked about the Immanuel Quickley trade rumors coming from The Athletic and Fred Katz. Fred Katz said that the Knicks were in talks with another team about flipping Immanuel Quickley for a really good player in their prime. He said the talks didn't go far, but Seeps, that tells me that they're at least listening to offers for Immanuel Quickley.
I feel like
if not making them.
I feel like that player was LaVine, but
yeah, maybe it was Zach LaVine. I don't know.
We'll find out.
We will find out sooner rather than later. But I am ready to get the show started. If you are, I would appreciate if you could hit that thumbs up icon. We have 630 people watching. The audience is awesome already. We appreciate every single person that's in here right now. Let's get up to 250 likes, though. We got 150. Can we get to 250? If you've already liked today's video, I want you to type me down in the comment section. I want to know who's rocking and rolling with us here on New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. 620 people watching. Hit that thumbs up icon if you're ready to start today's show. We're talking OG Anunoby trade rumors from the New York Post. We're going to give you 5 blockbuster trades the New York Knicks could potentially make down the road. And then we got a mailbag that we're going to close out today's show for. Hit that thumbs up icon and let's get it rolling. You are watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am Marshall Green. In today's video, as NBA free agency has somewhat slowed down at this point, the Knicks already made a couple of moves. They traded Obi Toppin for those 2 future second-round picks, and they signed Donte DiVincenzo to that 4-year, $50 million deal. Since the Knicks are now hard-capped at this point, they can no longer use that biannual exception that we talked about on the channel of $4.5 million. So if they want to sign someone in NBA free agency, it would have to be for the veteran minimum. So let's shift our focus from NBA free agency to potential trade packages. And we're talking about superstar trades at this point. How can the Knicks make a blockbuster trade happen? Well, they have the most trade assets, or some of the most trade assets in the NBA. They potentially have 4 first-round picks in 2024. They have 2 first-round picks in 2025, their own in 2025, as well as a top 3 protected pick from the Milwaukee Bucks in 2025. At this current juncture, the Knicks have 8 tradable first-round picks, and they have 10 first-round picks in the next 7 years. So when you talk about the 4 first-round picks that they have in 2024, they have the Dallas Mavericks pick, which is top 10 protected. They have the Detroit Pistons pick, which is top 18 protected. They have the Washington Wizards pick, which is top 12 protected. And, of course, they have their own first-round pick. If they want to make a blockbuster trade, they absolutely have the assets to do it at this point. Will they do it? Should they do it? We're going to explore it, and who could it be for? We got 5 blockbuster trades and trade targets that we're going to break down in today's show. But first, I need you guys to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/KnicksTV. We put out videos every single day on the New York Knicks. We legitimately are your one-stop shop for everything New York Knicks. We were live for free agency day 1. We were live for free agency day 2. I went home. When I came back after Donte DiVincenzo signed, we went live again. If the Knicks make a move, we're going to make a video. So subscribe and turn your notifications on. If we're talking blockbuster trades, the first player I would like to see the Knicks make a blockbuster trade for is Mikal Bridges, the forward from Villanova, drafted by the Phoenix Suns and now a member of the Brooklyn Nets. Why do I have him on there? Because he's a great player, but I'm trying to complete the Villanova Knicks. I mean, look at this. You got Jalen Brunson, you got Mikal Bridges, you know Donte DiVincenzo and Josh Hart played with them back at Villanova. And I'm not going to say it's just impossible because the Knicks, they've got some people recruiting already. Josh Hart tweeted at Mikal Bridges after Donte DiVincenzo signed. He said, "Yo, bro, answer your phone." And Mikal Bridges, he entertained it. He quote tweeted and had that gif of Josh Hart walking around. He's just like, "What are you looking at? What are you looking at?" So then you have that. But also, you have Jalen Brunson on Team USA. You got Josh Hart on Team USA. And you also got Mikal Bridges on Team USA. Remember when the Big Three formed for the Miami Heat back in 2010? How did they say that relationship started with Chris Bosh, LeBron James, and Dwayne Wade? Team USA. There were reports that the Team USA bond between Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal started with Team USA. I know this much. Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, they are going to be recruiting Mikal Bridges with Team USA this summer. And he's a great player. And he's someone that I would love for the New York Knicks to trade for. He really raised his level of play with the Brooklyn Nets this past year. He was great in the playoffs for him. I think actually with the Nets, he was averaging like 26 points per game in the playoffs. But in totality, with the Nets and the Suns, the guy played in 83 games. Look how durable he is. He hasn't missed a game in over 2 years. And he hadn't played in less than 72 games in the past 4 seasons. This past year, though, 20 points per game, 3.3 assists, 46.8% from the field, and 38% from downtown. But it goes so much beyond just the offensive numbers for Mikal Bridges. He's a guy that I think is one of the best wing defenders in this league, standing at about 6'7", 6'8", about a 7-foot wingspan. He can guard other teams' best players on the perimeter. He's an underrated passer, and he's just got that chemistry at this point with those guys. So what do we think about this trade idea right here? R.J. Barrett and 3 unprotected first-round picks for Mikal Bridges. Do you think the Knicks would do it? Do you think the Nets would do it? This would be my first offer, and I'm going to be honest, I don't even know if this is enough for Mikal Bridges. I think the Nets would probably say no to this deal. Maybe you have to go up to 4 unprotected. Maybe it's got to be RJ and Quickley. Maybe it's got to be RJ and Grimes. But this is the trade idea that we saw on the internet today that we're talking about on today's video. Do you want Mikal Bridges on the Knicks? Do you want to see him play for the New York Knicks? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I want to hear from you down below. Other trade candidates and superstar trade candidates and blockbuster trade targets. Zion Williamson from the New Orleans Pelicans. The Knicks have been linked to Zion Williamson even before the NBA draft lottery when the New Orleans Pelicans got that first pick in the NBA draft. He's a special player, man. There's no doubt about it. But the injuries, the weight, the wanting to be great, the lack of just playing basketball is a problem. But you look at what he did in that 2020-2021 season where he played in 61 of the 72 available games. The guy gave you 27, 7, 4, and 61% from the field. He was legitimately one of the best players in the NBA that season. When he plays, he's great. Thing is, he doesn't play all that much. In his career, he has missed 194 games. His rookie year, he missed 48. Second year, 11. Third year, 82. And this past year, he missed 53 games with a hamstring injury. Is he faking the injury? Is he selling the injury? Does he not want to play for the New Orleans Pelicans? I don't know. And then he had the Mariah Mills stuff earlier this offseason. It just does not look good around Zion Williamson. There was rumors that maybe they could trade him to the Portland Trail Blazers to get up to the top 3 and select Scoot Henderson. So what about this trade idea? Julius Randle goes back to the Pelicans. We'll give you Immanuel Quickley, and we'll give you one unprotected first-round pick. I think it might cost more than this. It probably would cost more than this. I would add actually another unprotected first-round pick, but that is the furthest that I would go for Zion Williamson. If you are going to make an all-in trade, what about trading for a guy that has all-world talent? What do you think? Would you make this trade? Would you trade Julius Randle Quickley and one unprotected first-round pick for Zion Williamson? Let me know what you think down below. Type A for accept, type D for decline. I'm curious what all the Knicks real ones have to say. The third player we're talking about in today's blockbuster trade video, what about Joel Embiid? The Knicks were heavily linked to Mr. Embiid, the MVP, earlier in the offseason. Bill Simmons thinks that this is the top trade target for the Knicks, as well as Tim McMahon of ESPN. And look, the regular season stats are awesome for Joel Embiid. This past year when he won MVP, he played in 66 games, gave you 33 points per game, 10-plus rebounds, almost 2 blocks per game, and was 54.8% from the field. 33 points per game on 55% from the field is incredible. And he was incredible in 2021, 2020, and 2019. The thing with Embiid is he has never been the same type of player in the regular season that he was in the postseason. Remember, we just showed you he averaged 33 points per game in the regular season, and that fell down to 23 points per game this past year. And he only averaged 23 points per game the year before that. So it's not just that he doesn't play as well in the playoffs. He also just misses a lot of time. The injuries are concerning with Joel Embiid. He missed 16 games this year, 14 games last year, 21, 22, and 18. And honestly, I don't really have that big of a problem with him missing 22 games or 18 or 21 or 14 or 16. But I can't afford for Joel Embiid to miss playoff games. And he's done that too often in his career. He's missed 5 playoff games due to injuries in the last 3 years, 6 games in the playoffs in the last 5 years. That's a whole lot of missed primetime basketball. But what could the Knicks offer? Could the Knicks make a huge trade offer for Joel Embiid? Let's say Harden gets traded to the Los Angeles Clippers and the Philadelphia 76ers either miss the playoffs this year or lose in the first round this year in the playoffs. The big fella could be upset. Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, and 4 first-round picks. I'll make 3 of them unprotected. If they want Quickley or Grimes, I'm going to take away a first-round pick, but this would be my first offer at least. Robinson, Barrett, and 4 first-round picks. Another blockbuster trade candidate. What about Giannis Antetokounmpo? I know a lot of people are like, there's no way, no how Giannis is being traded. Well, then why hasn't he signed that contract extension yet? If Giannis does not sign his contract extension before October and before the season gets rolling, those rumors are going to heat up. This is what Ian Begley of SNY had to say about Giannis. He said, who would the Knicks pursue next season if they don't make a big move this offseason? That's unclear. But it's worth noting here that several teams are keeping an eye on the situation in Milwaukee concerning the future of Giannis, as we've previously noted. Antetokounmpo is eligible for an extension with Milwaukee this summer. Financially, it makes sense for Antetokounmpo to wait on signing an extension or new contract. I don't know if the Knicks are one of those teams keeping an eye on the Antetokounmpo situation, but I'd imagine most teams are monitoring it. And if it is true that teams are keeping their eyes on the Bucks and that Giannis doesn't sign that contract extension before the season starts, the Knicks should go absolutely all in on making a move for Giannis. Is he the best player in the NBA at this point? I think you can make an argument for it. I think Jokic deserves that honor right now due to winning the NBA Finals and being the MVP. But Giannis just did that 2 years ago as well. Didn't play all that well in the playoffs this year, but he did miss time due to injury. So I'm not going to hold that too much against him. But, man, look what he did in 2021 and 2020 in the playoffs. 30 points per game, more than 12 rebounds, more than 5 assists in elite efficiency. If he is ever available, Knicks should absolutely go all in. I remember I posted this tweet one time of a trade idea for Giannis, and I got absolutely trashed on the internet of people saying, no, I wouldn't do this. No, I wouldn't trade Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett, Quentin Grimes, Immanuel Quickley, 4 unprotected first-round picks, and 3 protected first-round picks. I would do it. I would offer it. You get Brunson, you get Giannis, and you figure it out after that. Is it a lot? No doubt. But there's not many better people that have ever touched a basketball at this sport than Giannis. So I would do it, no doubt about it. But I want to ask you, who do you think is the winner of this trade? Who wins this trade? The Knicks get Giannis. They give up Mitch Rob, RJ Grimes, and Quickley, 4 unprotected and 3 protected. Who wins this trade? Type NYK for the Knicks. Type MIL for the Milwaukee Bucks. I want to hear from you who wins this trade. We got one more blockbuster trade to get to, but we have an awesome deal going on right now. When you go to chatsports.com/realknicks and use the promo code SummerVibes20, you can get a Knicks Now Real One shirt for 20% off. Chatsports.com/realknicks and use the promo code SummerVibes20 and get a black or a blue Knicks Now t-shirt for 20% off. The last blockbuster trade candidate we're going to talk about on today's video is Zach LaVine. We know that the Chicago Bulls have been making or taking calls at Zach LaVine for Zach LaVine at this point. Doesn't sound like his value is as high as what the Bulls thought, but man, is he a good basketball player and a special guy on the offensive end. Hasn't averaged less than 24.5 points per game in the last 4 years. He's played in 85% of ball games over the last 5 years, so the injury stuff around LaVine, and people call him an injury-prone player, just quite literally isn't true. But what's most attractive, he can knock down the outside shot at some of the elitist clip in the NBA. Catch and shoot three-point percentage, 41.6. Pull-up three-point percentage, 34.2. And he's an elite player at attacking the basket. When he's 10 feet or less from the cup, he converts at a 62.7% rate. I believe Zach LaVine in a backcourt with Jalen Brunson would make the Knicks one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. But it's not going to be cheap to trade for Zach LaVine. I think you'd have to give up R.J. Barrett, Evan Fournier as a salary cap matcher, and then you trade in 1 unprotected pick in 2025, and I'll give you 2 protected picks. I'll give you that 2024 Detroit pick, which is top 18 protected, and then in 2025, I'll give you the Milwaukee pick, which is top 3 protected. So this is my trade offer for Zach LaVine. We've talked about 5 players on today's show, and I want to ask you this question, and think about the trade that we talked about in this video as well. So don't just pick the guy that's the best player. Think about the cost and think about the player and let me know which one do you want to trade for. Is it the Mikal Bridges deal? Is it the Zion Williamson deal? Is it the Joel Embiid deal? Is it the Giannis deal? Or is it the Zach LaVine deal? Type their initials down below on which trade you want the Knicks to make. As always, thank you. I appreciate you guys for sticking with us. I know some people are going to say, this is unreasonable. This is impossible. How is it going to happen? Look, they're blockbuster trade ideas. That's what we talked about in today's video. I hope I didn't upset anybody too much. I appreciate you rocking out with us. We'll see you later. Oh, CP, the comment section did not seem too happy during that video.
It was mixed thoughts. It was mixed thoughts.
I think I'd make every single one of those trades.
If you're the Knicks. I mean, I'm still a believer in the NBA. If you get the better player, you get the superstar, you're 99% of the time going to win that trade.
And you can get veterans for cheap.
Yeah.
You can get veterans for cheap.
Like even the Jazz, Cavs deal.
You just got Eric Gordon and in Phoenix for the vet men.
Exactly.
You get good players. Good players are going to want to come play for you.
Like, could you imagine what the vet men deals the Knicks get signed if it's like, oh, Giannis is in the Garden.
Giannis and Brunson, and you go to war.
Who gives a shit about, like, at that point, who cares about guys like Grimes, Barrett, and Quickley? Like, love them, but it's about winning championships.
You get the best player in the Eastern Conference on your team, and then you get to pair him with the best point guard in the East. I don't have a problem with it. I see some people, Zach LaVine, Joel Embiid. Jason B says all good trades. Jason, you're way too kind, my man.
Then our man CPJ kind of having our back here.
Y'all are tripping if you're not doing this trade. Giannis all day. It's a lot for Giannis, no doubt about it, but
it's Giannis.
It's Giannis.
It's Giannis. He could be a top 10 player of all time. Like, he's already a top 25 player of all time, and he's in his prime. Like,
Rich Rob says, I just don't want to end up being Portland. Portland, the franchise of Portland has never had as good of a player as Giannis.
Like, I feel like we undervalue great in the NBA. Like, there's a difference between Giannis and Dame. Like, the gap between Giannis and Dame is probably bigger than a gap between, like, Dame and Brunson. Like, I feel like Dame and Brunson's, like, they're right there. But there's also a 40-foot gap between either of those two and Giannis.
And you know what people said after the Phoenix Suns traded everything they had for Kevin Durant? They're not going to be able to add anyone else. 3 months later, they traded for Bradley Beal.
Yeah, and then they pick up Eric Gordon because you know what Eric Gordon's saying? The amount of easy shots I'm going to get playing next to Kevin frickin' Durant. Guys, Giannis
and Brunson would be the best duo in the NBA.
It would be Giannis and Brunson versus Jokic and Murray for the next 10 years.
I like what Dad Pool you on YouTube just said. Facts, we overpay for mediocrity and get mad when superstars want to get paid.
They're superstars for a reason. This is a superstars league. Like I said, I told this to Marsh the other day. You look at the last, I think it's since like 1980-something, every NBA champion, except for the 2004 Pistons, had a top 25 player of all time on that team. Like, you're just not winning a championship.
You got to get one of those guys.
You have to. Like, give up whatever it takes. Like, I'm serious. Like, you keep going back. Like, this past year, Jokic, he's two-time MVP, Finals MVP. He's top 25 of all time. Year before that, Giannis, he's a top 25 player of all time. Bron, Curry, Kawhi, like, I mean, Kawhi's on the fence, but, like, you just keep going back. Kobe, like, Tim Duncan. Like, if you win a championship, you got a top 25 guy of all time.
I can't believe people wouldn't make that Giannis trade.
Dude,
but people were willing to go all in for Donovan Mitchell last year.
Like, I'm serious. I would give up every player on the Knicks roster except for Brunson and every pick.
I agree.
And just say, like, we'll figure it out.
Milwaukee, you come up with the trade. Just let us keep Brunson.
We keep Brunson. You can literally have every single piece you want. Like, come on.
I agree, man.
Because then also the thing with Giannis, he's not like a Kevin Durant type of superstar. Giannis does the little things.
Yep.
Like, he plays every single game. He's going to be the best defender every single night. Like,
Stoic J says Giannis and Brunson is like having Batman and Robin. Giannis would be the best Robin of all time.
Honestly,
to Brunson's Batman.
Him and Pippen would be up there. Him and D Wade. Like, yeah, Giannis as a 2 would be great next to Brunson.
I'm like laughing because I'm joking, but I'm like also like kind of serious because Giannis would give the ball to Brunson in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's very similar to like LeBron and Kyrie a little bit.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Like
that's a good comp. That's a good comp.
Bron's the driving force, but
wild. We have a mailbag coming up. If you want to be featured on, OG says that the Giannis trade worked for me. It's because you know ball, OG.
It's because you're getting a top 25 player of all time. Like, you're taking the deal.
We got over 600 people watching. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit that big red sub button. Subscribe. We put out fun, informative, entertaining coverage of the Knicks every single day. as Trizzy Trace has stepped into the studio and he's raising his hands. What's up, Trace?
I see you're pretty close to $100.
We are. We're at $81 in super
About to
chats.
do another seg?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
about to do
Yeah.
something? All right. If you guys can get to 100 by after this seg, do a beer bong for you.
If we can get to 100, I'll do a beer shotgun. I'll do a beer shotgun if we get to 100.
20 away. 20 away.
Let's let people know about the T-shirt raffle. One
Okay.
final time. We are, during free agency, we were doing a T-shirt raffle, but we never really had a good time to do it. It was always an abrupt ending to a show. So we're going to continue the raffle through today. At the end of today's show, we're going to end the raffle. If you want to be a part of the raffle, $5 super chat to enter. We'll send you a T-shirt. My man OG in the chat, he won the T-shirt during the NBA draft.
Yeah.
I told my bosses to get it sent out last week. I don't know if they did. I'll check in when I get back into work on Wednesday following the 4th of July. If someone sends in a $50 super chat, I'll do a beer shot fun. But if we just get to 100, we're already at 81. If we get to 100, Trace is going to do a beer bong. I'm going to do a beer shot fun. The names, we're getting loaded on the board.
Yeah, we got 57 names total, so.
57 names total. If you want to be a part of the raffle for the T-shirt giveaway, a $5 super chat will get your name on there. This is the T-shirt we're raffling off. It's a first ever black Knicks Now Real One. OG got the first one ever. Or you can get it from chatsports.com/realknicks if you want to just support the channel and use the code SummerVibes for 20% off. All righty. OG Anunoby trade rumors are getting hot. OG Anunoby trade rumors are heating up. We're going to talk about him on today's show.
Let's get after it.
All righty. Let's do it. You are watching New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody for stopping by and spending a couple minutes of us as we keep you in the loop on the latest Knicks news and rumors. And today's video is all about OG Anunoby, as it sounds like he wants a bigger role from the Toronto Raptors, and a trade could be coming soon. The New York Post said to keep your eyes on him. OG told the Raptors front office he wants a bigger role. If that's not pretty much demanding a trade, I don't know what is. Also, very important, OG Anunoby, last week at this point, he left his agency in Clutch Sports and he signed with CAA. Who is CAA? They run the New York Knicks. The Knicks also made a trade offer for OG dating back to the NBA trade deadline. The reported deal was rumored to be Evan Fournier and 3 first-round picks. The Raptors said no. Now, could the Knicks circle back and make a stronger offer for Anunoby, as he is pretty much under contract for just one more year? This is what the New York Post said about Anunoby. They said, as we all know, CAA and the Knicks are basically locked at the hip. Shout out to Leon Rose. So I think OG Anunoby, who is obviously a name to watch, I think he would fit perfectly here. He's a big wing. He's a really good defender, good three-point shooter. Now the question is, what's it going to take to make that happen? Is Toronto going to be looking to move him? Well, he already asked for a bigger role. He may leave an NBA free agency next offseason. The Raptors already saw Fred VanVleet leave an NBA free agency. I'm sure they're not going to want OG to leave for nothing. And I'll say this before we dive deeper into this. OG is a very interesting fit for the New York Knicks. Elite perimeter defender, a really good catch-and-shoot three-point guy. The Knicks need a guy like that. But does he fit with the current roster, and what would you have to give up to trade for him? We'll dive into that in just a second, but I want to hear from you in the comment section. Should the Knicks trade for OG Anunoby? Shout out to Carl and Knicks Now Real One. OG Anunoby. Should the Knicks trade for him? Type T for trade, type P for pass. I want to hear from you guys down below. When you look at OG and you talk about the player that he is, this past season was probably his best season in the NBA. 16.8 points per game, 5 rebounds, 1.9 steals per night. He led the NBA in steals per game this past year, and he was super efficient. 47.6% from the field and 38.7% from downtown. What I like about OG is he continues to get better every single season. And as the usage goes up for OG Anunoby, the stats continue to follow. When you look at this year, Anunoby shot 38.7% from downtown on 5.5 threes per night. That's no small sample size. He's getting good looks, and he's knocking them down. But he does so much more than just what that stat sheet showed. Catch and shoot three-point percentage of 40.6. And playing alongside Jalen Brunson, and maybe if you keep Julius Randle on that deal, playing alongside Julius Randle, two guys that were double-teamed the most in the NBA last season, you're going to get a lot of open catch-and-shoot opportunities. And the fact that he knocks them down at a 40.6% clip is really, really intriguing for me. A problem that I do have with OG is he's not really a creator for himself. And while 57% from the field on less than 10 feet from the bucket isn't bad, it's not great by any means. He's not a guy that's going to take you off the bounce consistently. He can catch it from the corner, rip through, put it on the deck one time, and get to the cup, no doubt about it. But he's not pulling up anywhere. He's not ISOing. He's got a little back to the basket game. He almost kind of plays like a small ball four. So there you got that. But what I love about him is the dude is a sniper from the corners. From the left corner, the guy shot 46.7% from three. You knock down that type of clip from the corner, that's impressive. And he carried that over to the right corner as well. 42.9% from that corner. So either corner, the guy is almost automatic. I can already see it. He's catching shots, pass from Brunson, letting it fly. But it's not just what he does on the offensive end. He quite literally is one of the best defenders in the NBA. He led the NBA in steals this year at 1.9 steals per game, and he had the third most deflection. When you have a guy like OG on your team, as well as Josh Hart and Donte DiVincenzo, who are menaces on the defensive side of the floor, especially off ball. DiVincenzo, the best part of his defensive game is off ball, steals, deflection. Josh Hart, he locked up Donovan Mitchell, but he's a pest off ball, and he's going to fight through screens to get those steals and deflections. Then you get out a guy like OG, who had 241 deflections, third most in the NBA. Also, big piece in the Anunoby trade rumors. He's pretty much on the last year of his deal. He has a player option for next season of $19.9 million, which he most likely is going to decline. He's going to become an unrestricted free agent. And if the Raptors know that and they know they could lose him for nothing, they might end up trading him before the NBA trade deadline. But the question of the day that I have for myself and that I have for you, does OG Anunoby fit in a starting lineup next to Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle? I don't know. I worry about the fit with, like, if your starting lineup is Jalen Brunson, OG Anunoby, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson, you really only have one guy in Jalen Brunson that can create his own shot from the perimeter. While Julius Randle can do that, we know he's been very streaky, and in the playoffs, that ability has just poofed away. So I'm a little bit concerned by that. So I'm going to say this. I would rather trade RJ Barrett, not Immanuel, Quickley in a trade for OG Anunoby, because I think a starting lineup, or not even a starting lineup, a lineup that you could deploy of Brunson, Quickley, Hart, Randle, and Robinson, or you swap in Grimes somewhere, you swap in DiVincenzo, I just think it fits a little bit more. I think having Immanuel Quickley, another guard that can run the offense, that can knock down threes, that can create shots for himself, and is an elite defender at his size, makes a little bit more sense. I would rather trade RJ Barrett than Immanuel Quickley if we are acquiring OG Anunoby. We have an OG Anunoby trade idea that we're going to break down around the corner, but I want you guys to hear this. Get hooked up with our awesome offer. Go to chatsports.com/realknicks and use the promo code SummerVibes20 and get our Knicks Now Real One t-shirt for 20% off. The promo code's not going to last forever, so if you want the shirt, take advantage of it right now. Chatsports.com/realknicks, promo code SummerVibes20. This is the trade idea that myself and Patrick Seatman kind of cooked up in the office today. I don't want to trade Immanuel Quickley unless I am getting a superstar. I hope I have made that clearly evident. I'm a big fan of Quickley. I know he didn't play that well in the postseason. I'm going to give him a pass. I'm going to give him one pass. He's bad again next year, then we have a problem. But this would be my trade offer. I'll give you RJ. Bring the Canadian guy home. And I'm not giving you any unprotected first-round picks. I'll give you 2 protected first-round picks. I'll give you that Dallas first-round pick, which is top 10 protected, and then I'll give you that Milwaukee pick, which is top 3 protected. So you get RJ Barrett, a younger player than OG. RJ's 23, OG's 25, and you get 2 first-round picks to kind of start to build around RJ, Scotty Barnes, and even it sounds like Pascal Siakam could be out the door. Would you do this trade, though? Would you make this deal? If you were Leon Rose, if you were a member in the Knicks front office, would you make this deal? Type A for accept, type D for decline. I want to hear from you guys down below. I would accept this deal, and I would be very sad to see RJ Barrett go. It would be tough. I'm a fan of RJ. Am I critical? Yes. I'm a big fan of his, though. But I'm not sure this is enough. There was a report that the Raptors wanted 4 first-round picks for OG, but that was when he had 2 years left on his contract. Now he's only got 1 year. But honestly, I don't even know if you can get a better offer for OG than RJ and 2 protected picks, which Milwaukee's is protected, but it's really top 3 protected, so it's pretty much unprotected. In Dallas, top 10 protected, they had the 10th pick this year. So I know they made some moves. They brought Kyrie Irving back, but who's to say it's guaranteed that with Kyrie Irving, everything is going to work out? I don't think that that's absolutely true. Unfortunately, though, Masai Ujiri is the Eastern Conference Danny Ainge. There's not much negotiating going on with Masai Ujiri. Masai Ujiri tells you what the price is, and if you don't like it, he kind of tells you to go F off. So I could see there being a real power struggle between Leon Rose and Masai Ujiri, and I'm sure it would not be a very nice or clean negotiation. As always, I just want to say thank you guys, and I appreciate you for tuning in to Knicks Now. If you want to talk more, if you want to tell me I'm an idiot because I want to trade RJ Barrett, you can go hit me up on Twitter. And I don't necessarily want to trade RJ. I just think in that deal, I would prefer to trade RJ over Quickley. But hit me up on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. Woo! Seeps, should the Knicks trade for OG?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of echo your thoughts. I think if they are going to trade him, you have to move off RJ. And plus, RJ would, go home to Canada, so a little extra juice there. But I think OG would be a great fit, Marsh. I mean, he's a tremendous shooter. And what we don't like about RJ, I feel like, is what OG does well. We hate his defensive intensity. OG brings that every night. And Marsh, deflections, I think, is my favorite defensive stat in comparison to, steals or whatever. Deflections is kind of like, let me think of a comparison. Deflections is like pressures in football, like an edge. And then, the sacks is, the actual steals. I would rather look at pressures and deflections because it actually shows, active hands and all that. But, I mean, I'm a huge fan of OG Anunoby.
You would have some of the best off-ball defenders in the NBA with OG, DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart. And
even Brunson, off-ball defenders, him sliding in there, taking a charge here and there. So
have Mitchell Robinson protecting the rim. I just think with OG and RJ in the same lineup, 2 guys that can't necessarily create their shot consistently from the outside, it would just be a little bit clunky in my opinion.
Definitely would be. But, I mean, shit, if you could run Brunson, Grimes, Hart, DiVincenzo, whoever it may be, and then OG, and then even OG could play some small ball 4.
He would play small ball 4.
And that would be, and he's got size too. He's got shoulders.
He's like a 6'8", 220, 230 guy. I think I saw a 7'4" wingspan.
And plus, if you could get OG when he's heading into his age 27, 28, that's going to be a grown ass man, kind of at his more peak of his NBA or just his player build. I'm a big OG guy. I think it would be an immense upgrade over RJ Barrett.
Yeah, I think it would be.
Just because of defensively. We know Brunson, not the best on-ball defender, just due to his size, and he's not the most laterally quick guard that there is, compared to a Pat Bev or a Javon Carter. But you would add OG around him, kind of put some makeup over Brunson's defensive inefficiencies. I'm all in.
I agree. A lineup with Brunson, Grimes, OG, Hart, and Robinson, that's a whole lot of defense.
And you also still have offense, too.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what they do over the next couple of weeks. 03 Staying GT coming in with a $5 super chat. He says, put me in, guys. He is entering our T-shirt raffle. If you want to be featured in our T-shirt raffle, if you want to be a part of it, a $5 super chat will get you in the door. $5 super chat. We put you on a wheel of names. We'll spin it right after the mailbag. So coming up in about 10, 15 minutes, we'll do the T-shirt raffle. If someone sends in a $50 super chat, we'll do a beer shop fund. We're at $86 in super chats right now. I said if we got to 100, I would do a beer shotgun. So I'm getting a little thirsty. I'd like to do a beer shotgun in today's show. Trizzy Trace will also do a beer bong with me. We are going to get into a mailbag coming up right now. If you want to be featured on it, use hashtag Knicks in the comment section. Ask your question. We'll pop it up on screen. You'll be a part of a video going out on the channel in a couple of days. Or just use a super chat. If you super chat, Seep's going to put you on the show if the question is applicable. So hashtag Knicks or super chat. Let's get into it. What up, everybody? You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. In today's video, we are going to answer questions from subscribers. So if we didn't get to your question today, it's your own dang fault, because that means you are not subscribed. So change it. Go down right now, hit that big red sub button, and help us get to 27,000 subs as we just crossed 26. I want to say thank you once again for everybody for helping us get to 26,000 subs on the channel. First question coming in from Trey Miles. What up, Trey? $5 super chat. He says, we instantly become a defensive problem if we got OG. Love RJ, but he ain't OG. I think you're right. And it would stink to see RJ go, because I think RJ is going to have a long, successful career. I just don't know if he is the ideal fit next to Jalen Brunson at that small forward spot. I think next to the small forward position, you need more of a guy next to Brunson that can defend at a high clip and knock down threes, and that's what OG does. He's knocked down the three at 38.7% clip this year on 5.5 attempts. He's a 40% catch and shoot guy. From the left corner, he knocks it down. From the right corner, he knocks it down. 47% from the left corner, 43% from the right corner, and like you said, defensively, 241 deflections. Third most in the NBA, and he led the NBA in steals. So you're first in steals, you're third in deflections. You are a menace. On the defensive end. The Knicks would get better if they added OG Anunoby, who is only 25 years old. To the moon with a question says, would you rather the Knicks trade for Paul George or Kawhi Leonard? That is a tough question. I'm worried about both of those guys and their durability. I mean, it's no secret that these guys have both missed a lot of time over the past couple of years. I think both of them have not played in more than 60 games in their careers with the Los Angeles Clippers. But they are talented players, no doubt about it. But there's a risk involved with both of them. I'm a little bit more concerned about Kawhi Leonard, and if he's a guy that's ever going to get it together when it comes to staying healthy. It stinks. It's not fair. And just because you're hurt one year doesn't mean you're going to be hurt the next year, but it seems like hurt people stay hurt. I can't decide, so I want to hear from you. Which one of these guys would you rather see the Knicks trade for? Is it Kawhi Leonard? Is it Paul George? Type KL for Kawhi Leonard. Type PG for Paul George. Let me know what you think down below. Harry, what up, Harry P? He says, what's the move with Trevor Keels and Rokas Jacobaitis? I'm so over the Rokas Jacobaitis stuff. Like, he's not playing in the Summer League again. I'm giving up on that. I think it's a little funny that Knicks fans continue to harp over at Rokas. Is he a good player? Sure. He's talented, no doubt about it. But I'm good on Rokas. Trevor Keels, he's going to be playing in the Summer League this upcoming month. The Knicks announced their Summer League team. No Jacob Toppin, as he is dealing with an injury. it's one of the least interesting summer league teams the Knicks have had. And that's what happens when you don't pick a player in the first round in 2021 and you don't pick a player in the first round, you don't pick a player in the first round in 2022 or 2023. I'm going to keep my eyes closely on Trevor Keels and see what he can do as kind of the lead dog in Summer League. Second-round pick, former 5-star commit going to Duke. I'm interested to see what he can bring to the Summer League Knicks. Fabian Williams, what's up, Brody? He says, what do you think of Frank Kaminsky as a backup four? He's cheaper and a good three-point shooter. I wouldn't mind Frank Kaminsky get a little bit of an outside shooter from three. It's going to be a vet min signing, and that kind of falls into where Frank Kaminsky falls at this point in his NBA career. There's some other guys I would like to see the Knicks go after for that veteran minimum deal. Maybe a guy like Trendon Watford. We talked about on Obi Toppin replacements yesterday. Maybe a Markieff Morris. But if Kaminsky is available and he wants to go play for the vet min and be a backup four that plays 60 games this year and 8 to 10 minutes, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I don't think the big need is a backup power forward right now. Dervarshi, what up? I haven't seen you in a while. It says, is it possible to get a better small forward or someone like James Harden by which we become a better team? Love whatever you do, Marsh. Appreciate you, DG. Is it possible to get a better small forward? Yeah, we talked about OG Anunoby earlier in the block. I think you'd have to give up RJ. I'd rather trade RJ than Immanuel Quickley in a OG Anunoby trade. And when it comes to James Harden, we had Adrian Wojnarowski say the Knicks were linked to Harden. We had Brian Windhorst say he thinks that the price is right, the Knicks would strike. I would stay away from Harden, though. I'm not all that interested. Not a defender, on the wrong side of 33. Not a good playoff player at this point in his career. And I just worry about the defensive backcourt with him and Jalen Brunson. But, yeah, you can upgrade from the small forward spot, but it's going to cost you R.J. Barrett or Quentin Grimes or Immanuel Quickley. So, yeah, that's the way you would do it. You would have to include someone in your starting lineup already. Who do you want him to trade for? My man Dervarshi just talked about trading for a better small forward. Is there a small forward you want the Knicks to trade for? Comment down below a player's name that you want to see the Knicks trade for. Will, what up, Will? He says, can we still get Donovan Mitchell maybe next season if the Cavs don't go well? Absolutely. Donovan Mitchell is not going to be a Cav for life. I think his first opportunity to get out of Cleveland, he is going to do so. There's reports from The Athletic via the Cleveland beat reporters that he said that Donovan Mitchell wants to play for the Knicks. Brian Windhorst went on to ESPN Radio and was asked, should Cavs fans be worried about Donovan Mitchell playing for the New York Knicks in the near future? And Windhorst said, yes, Cavs fans should be worried. I don't believe it would happen this offseason. I believe it would happen next offseason. Mitchell's under contract for this year, and I believe next year, and then has a player option. So 2 years under contract. So if this year finishes, he lets the Cavs know he's not picking up that player option, then he's essentially on an expiring deal. The trade rumors are really going to heat up once again. I am Jules. What up, bro? He says, how about Miles Turner? I like Miles Turner, man. Not quite the rebounder that Mitchell Robinson is. Not quite the defender when it comes to switching on to pick and rolls. But he's just as good, if not better, of a shot blocker as Mitchell Robinson. They both have some injury history to them. But I just think a center that could stretch the floor, run a pick and pop game with Jalen Brunson could make a lot of sense. More space for RJ, more space for Julius, more space for players that want to get downhill like Josh Hart. More space, I think, could help. And having a center that can knock down threes is always going to help you out in the long run. Not long end. That was weird. We got more questions to get to coming up in a second. But remember to take advantage of the deal, Summer Vibes 20% off. Go to chatsports.com/realknicks and use the promo code SummerVibes20. Get 20% off and get a brand new black Real One Knicks t-shirt. We also have it in blue. So if you want to get your t-shirt and save 20%, chatsports.com/realknicks, promo code SummerVibes20. Brian, what up, Brian? He says, which Knick makes the biggest leap in their career this year? That's a great question. The biggest leap. if the roster stays the same, I hope it's Quentin Grimes or R.J. Barrett. Like, can R.J. Barrett go from good player to an all-star? Can Quentin Grimes kind of make a Desmond Bane type of leap where he made from going in from year 1 to year 2? I know Grimes has been in the league 2 years, but can Grimes become one of the best 3-and-D players in the NBA? That would be huge for this current Knicks team. I'm going with Grimes. I think Grimes is going to have a really good year this year. I think he's going to get a lot of open looks, and he's going to kind of cement himself as one of the best young 3-and-D wing players in the NBA. Alan, what up, Alan? Why can Suns have 4 max players and the Knicks none, but maxed out? Beal makes as much as both Randle and Brunson combined. Add KD, Booker, and Ayton. Well, you're paying Mitchell Robinson $15 million per year. You're paying Julius Randle about $27 million per year. You're paying R.J. Barrett about $25 million per year. You're paying Donte DiVincenzo $12.5 million per year. You're paying Josh Hart $13 million per year. And you're paying Jalen Brunson $26 million per year. That's 6 players right there that are making more than $12 million. I know they're not super maxed out, but they are capped out, and they are so far into the luxury tax at this point. The Knicks are just above the hard cap. While they don't have any salary cap space, they're not technically into the luxury tax, which is huge for the owner. I don't care about their money. I don't care about the luxury tax. It's about damn time that Knicks ownership and Dolan start shelling out the money like they have, to be fair. But now's the time to shell out the money and go into the luxury tax. The Knicks can if they want to, but just with those 6 guys making, rough estimate, $130 million, right? Probably. Like 6 guys making $120 million, you're already up against the cap at that point. Isaiah Hartenstein makes $8 million too. So that's why. There's 4 players on the Suns that make money. Everybody else is on the minimum. And Campaign makes like $6 million, I think, a year, something like that, but pretty much everybody else is on the vet minimum. I like this question. Will the Knicks be a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference this year? Will the Knicks be a top 4 seed in the Eastern Conference? You still got the Bucks. You still got the Celtics. You still got the Heat. You still got the 76ers and the Cavs. East is loaded. Will the Knicks be a top 4 seed? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Remember, guys, if I missed your question, I can answer it over on Twitter. We can continue the conversation over there at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up on Twitter and send me a DM. And thanks for watching, as always.
All righty. Last call for the raffle. Last call for the T-shirt raffle. And then we're going to spin this puppy. And I'm excited to see who's going to get it. I'm excited. This is all for you guys. This fires us up.
We will go 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. If you want to join our T-shirt raffle giveaway, you have 3 minutes. A $5 super chat will put you onto the wheel of names, and the winner will win a black Knicks Now T-shirt. You got less than 3 minutes at this point. I'm excited.
I'm excited. There's a lot of names on here. 58 different names.
58 names.
58. So shout out to you guys. That's pretty sweet.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Oh!
Peter!
As Peter win with a $20 super chat, says, hello, Marshall and Seeps. Did I win the basketball from Chat Sports right? Yes, you did, Peter. Peter, I meant to tell you this. Send me your shipping address on Instagram. I know that we're friends on Instagram. Send me your shipping address on Instagram, Peter. That way we can ship you the ball. You did win it. If yes, you guys know my address. I did bought the Real One shirt. I don't know if I can get that info from them, but if you could just send it to me, It would be a lot easier, Peter. Just send me your shipping address to me on Instagram via DM. We've DM'd before on Instagram, so just send one over there. My man Peter was a Super Chat MVP on our main Chat Sports channel covering the NBA free agency cycle. So, Peter, send me your shipping address, my brother, and we will get you that basketball as soon as possible.
Right.
Peter is also on the board as well.
I'll do this. You call your name on who do you think's going to win. I'm calling Trey Miles is going to win it.
Trey Miles?
He says that shirt is his. I like the confidence. I just got a vibe right there. I'm calling Trey Miles as the winner.
You got about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. A $5 super chat will get you onto the wheel, and you will have an opportunity to win our brand new Knicks Now black Real One t-shirt.
I forgot I got to add Harry P to the...
Harry P.
Who I feel like is Johnson. So I think what Johnson U's doing with us.
I don't hate that idea.
Is having multiple.
He's cheating the system.
So this is what I think he's doing to throw us off. He's adding something in the profile pic to pamper me. So right here is Kirk Cousins. And then he has a funny name to pamper you. Because this is also him. He knows I'm a bullshit. I'm starting to pick up on what he's doing here.
I like that.
Johnson, I got you called out, my man.
As Crown Heights
Welcome.
comes in with a $5 super chat and says, the board should be printed as a t-shirt and sent out to the top 10 winners. Well, we only have one winner in today's show. But I don't hate that idea.
Crown Heights, welcome.
Crown Heights, welcome. As everybody has 30 seconds left. You have 30 seconds left to join our t-shirt raffle giveaway. A $5 super chat. As Primo Miller comes in, barely beats the bell. J Liv once again. Primo Miller. I'm going with Knicks Galaxy.
You're going Knicks Galaxy?
I'm going Knicks Galaxy.
All right.
I'm going Knicks Galaxy. Primo says, and the winner is Primo Miller is going on the board. J Liv sent in a super chat and says, if Tips falls flat, what's the likelihood that Jeff Van Gundy comes back now that he's collecting unemployment? ESPN. I think the Jeff Van Gundy hype train has been gone. Yeah. I don't think he's coming back to coach the Knicks.
Yeah, I think that's out.
There were rumors that he was going to join the Dallas Mavericks staff. Maybe that he's done with ESPN. He does that. If he does that, that tells me he's interested in coaching again.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure he will ever be the Knicks head coach again. As Trey Miles says, Seeps is the real one. Money-making Marsh. Yeah. Shout out to Trey Miles. My man has been a legend the past couple of days. Trey Miles. Yeah. Shout out to him, Brody. We appreciate you. And then the godfather of the New York Knicks Now Super Chat crew, Rob Rodriguez, with a $50 Super Chat. We are not worthy, Rob Rod. We are not worthy. Shout out to Rob Rodriguez coming in with a $50 super chat.
All right.
No, did a real decentish on that postie? Fucking real ones. All righty. Rob Rodriguez, the time is up. He is on the board as well.
All right.
Do we shuffle it up or do we just leave it as is?
Oh, let's shuffle it.
Shuffle it up?
See
all
the
right.
names.
So since Friday, we've been doing a $5 super chat. Get you into a raffle.
Here we go.
To win a Knicks t-shirt. Here we go.
Do I do it?
Who's it gonna be?
All right, let's go.
Who's it gonna be?
Here it is.
I can't even read the name, so it's gonna have to pop up.
Oh!
I am Jules! The winner!
A real one!
Good for you!
Let's go, he's in the chat!
He's in the chat!
Let's go!
Shout out to I am Jules!
Wow!
Shout out to I am Jules. Who was right around him?
Peter Wynn was, Peter
Wynn was right next to him. That is true.
He got screwed last time.
So the last time we did it during the NBA draft, OG won it, and the guy that was right next to it was I am Jules.
Let's go.
So it pays off.
Let's go.
It pays off. I am Jules. He finished second last time. This time he sends it, and he gets the dub. I am Jules. Send me your shipping address, brother.
Hell yeah.
Send me your shipping address.
You know what I love is everybody else showing love.
Everybody else showing love to I am Jules. That's awesome. That's what I freaking love about this channel, man. That's what I freaking love about this channel.
Let's go.
I am Jules. If you have me on Twitter or Instagram, just send me a DM with your shipping address, my brother, and we will get you that T-shirt.
Let's go.
We will get you that T-shirt.
Isaac Petey was right around
Petey was there?
Terrence Myers was right around there.
Where's Petey? I can't even see it.
He's in that gray. He's the gray name, like right below the orange right there.
Oh, Isaac Petey was right there.
He was. Nelson Joseph. Ice Dub. If it would have went to Ice Swap.
Terrence Myers right there, too.
Terrence kind of got screwed.
Terrence was right there.
Right
Did you
there.
predict him?
No, I said Trey Miles.
Oh, Trey Miles, another TM.
Yeah, Trey, I jinxed you. That's on me.
That's awesome. That's
Let's go.
awesome. Shout out to I Am Jules, man. He deserves it. He's been rocking and rolling with us for like ever at this point.
I got him. It is Johnson U. Because he says I was close.
It is Johnson U. I knew it.
This is his bit. He puts one of my teams as the profile pick, and he puts a funny name to get. Wow.
CPJ was right there.
Yeah, he was right
Rich
there.
Rob was right there as well.
Dadpool over there.
Oh, man. The wheel is just full of real ones.
All real. There's too many real ones almost.
Oh, man. That's electric. Ramon Garcia says, that was cool, guys. Unfortunately, I wish we could give a T-shirt to everybody.
I know.
Maybe one day when we're the biggest damn NBA channel in the world, we could do that. But thank you to everybody that's been rocking and rolling with us. Shout out to you guys, man.
Yeah.
This has been a whole lot of fun the past couple of days. You guys have been awesome with the support. You've been tuning into every video. The views are going crazy.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate you guys very, very much. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go.
Shout out to you guys. You guys make it all possible. So
They do. They do. Brian says, imagine if everyone at the Garden had a real one shirt. that would be so freaking sick.
That would be tight.
Maybe we can partner with them and we give real one shirts away for when they're hosting the playoffs.
That'd be tight. That'd be tight.
Yeah, that works. Julio, that works, brother.
Let's go. Shout out to I Am Jules. That made
I
me
am
happy.
Jules. Dadpool on YouTube says, are you broadcasting the Summer League games? TBD. TBD.
Yeah. If the Knicks had a more enticing roster, I feel like it'd be no doubt.
Yeah.
Like,
TBD.
but shit, I mean, if the Knicks somehow get matched up with like Wemby or a top 3 like Scoot or something, I say we might as well.
Yeah, might as well. All righty, we are going to sign off on the stream. Oh, it's Trey Miles.
Oh.
Yeah. Trey Miles comes in.
My man.
With a $5 super chat. Gets us up to 193.
Trey, I thought it was you, my man. I thought it was you.
As Rob Rod comes in and says, I think there should be a competition between this channel and all the other channels. Losers have to hang a sign on their live stream for an entire season that reads the name of the winning channel.
This dude, Double R, he fiends for competition.
I love it.
He's like a crack addict when it comes to competition. He loves it.
I love that. I'm going to offer a deal real quick before we get off. As John Borelli is in the chat, he says, who would you trade for OG? The trade I said I would offer was RJ Barrett and 2 protected picks.
Yeah.
This is the trade idea I came up with if I was trading for him. As John Borelli says, don't want that smoke. We're at $193 in super chats. If we can get to so we came in, Seeps. We said 500 and I would do a boot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little much right now. Unless Rob Rod is just going to come in and do that number again. All the super chats are coming in now. We're at 200. CPJ says, choose your words wisely.
Shout out to Crown Heights, though. Got us to the even 200.
400, I'll do a boot.
All right, 180.
We're a 180 away. 180 away. If we get to 400, I'll do a boot. How about that? $100 off.
Let's do it.
We came in for 500. If we get to 4, we'll do it.
Let's do it.
I'm not working tomorrow. Let's get messed up. Let's get drunk. Let's get drunk as a skunk. I don't work tomorrow. F it. As Crown Heights BK comes in with a $7 super chat and says, even 200. Crown Heights, thank you very much. Always good to end on a round number. Thank you, thank you. As Ayo Everything comes in with a $20 super chat and says, I've been saying we should trade for OG. Wow. As Malik Beasley just signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. Malik Beasley, the sharpshooter, just signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. Oh! Fill the boot! Fill the boot! As Rob Rodriguez! Bang! A $200 super chat from the GOAT! Bah! Rob Rodriguez. He's always trying to party. Rob, I'm down to party as well. I don't work tomorrow. F it. Let's ride. Let's ride. Oh, we'll get to the rest of the super chats. Peter Wynn says, Seeps, you're next. I'm going to do this for Seeps. He doesn't know it. Rob says, I've been fighting Wi-Fi on this plane for the last hour to get on. Was worth the fight. So Rob Rodriguez sent in a $200 super chat. We got there. All right. Peter says, you're next.
Peter says I'm next?
Set your price. Set your price. What do we have to get to for you to beer boot race me?
Even 500.
You heard the man. If we get to 500, we're $75 away. Patrick Seatman is going to beer boot race me. If we get to 500, Pat Seatman is going to beer boot race me. Seeps, we got a super chat that you were going to absolutely love, by the way.
Oh, my goodness.
We're 75 away from Patrick Seatman.
See,
that's a cheap-ass boot.
I was
75.
going to say, immediately when that number came out of my mouth, I was like,
that was, you
probably
set the
up the
bar
price
low.
a little bit.
You set the bar low right there.
Jeez.
As Ayo Everything says, I've been saying we should trade for OG. I still stick by that. OG would be a great fit for the Knicks. I was talking OG on this channel last summer, and I thought it would be a good fit. We talked about it at the trade deadline. 3-and-D guy can knock it down. I think it's a good fit. I do. The offer you're going to have to give is going to be interesting. I said I would rather keep Immanuel Quickley than RJ Barrett in a trade for Ayo Everything.
You bastard.
Oh, someone else has to get us to the top.
No. The 25 can't come from double R. The extra 25 can't come from double R.
As Rob Rodriguez back again. He sent in the $200 super chat. Then he sent in a $50
It can't come from
super
him.
chat.
His doesn't count.
If someone sends, and we get there as a squad, we're 25 away.
25.
25
we'll
away.
raise.
We do have a $5 super chat coming in from Bo. Bonor? Bonor? Is that Dalvin Cook? As he says, my favorite producer is Jeremy Chubbs. What do you got to say about that, Seeps?
I got to say, he did update it in the next super chat. No, Jeremy, he is my favorite producer as well, so it's nothing personal. But then Bonor came back and, dude, how many accounts does he have?
Is he just changing the names?
Yeah. Is this the
Because
same account?
he's not getting the first time super chat sticker.
I think it's that. And then Dadpool.
Deadpool, a
Let's
$25 super chat. Oh.
He says Seeps, a.k.a. Dante's doppelganger, for the win. I could see it. You guys are just being a little hairist. You guys are just connecting the orange, red hair. So I appreciate it, Dadpool. I got a little game like Donte as well on the court. So
You are the DiVincenzo.
yeah, me and him play a little similar. That's why he's one of my favorite players in the league.
Shout out to Dadpool TV, said Seeps, a.k.a. Dante's doppelganger for the win.
Hey.
Dadpool, you are a legend, my man.
I might have to get a Donte jersey for the Knicks. That might have to be my next purchase.
That's electric. Then Rob Rodriguez sent in a $20 super chat. He said, 2 boots. Let's go.
There's nothing that fires him up more than some boots.
Nothing. Who else is out there at this
Here,
point?
I'll go snag him.
Okay. Seeps is going to take care of him.
It's Borelli.
John Borelli! A legend says, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll do it. Says, seem like the RRs are always the GOATs. Raider Ron and Rob Rodriguez. There's something about, there's something about the double R initials. They become chat sports legends. Raider Ron, Rob Rodriguez. I would like to see Rob Rodriguez and Raider Ron go back and forth. And Rich Rob. Good call, CPJ. We got double R, double R, double R, double R, double R, double R. And then Ramon Garcia says Rolls Royce. Love that. You guys are the freaking best. Love that. All righty. Seeps is grabbing the boots. Seeps is grabbing the boots. We'll close off today's show with the boots. And then we're out of here. Unless we want to keep partying. Lowell B says the Rough Riders. My flag football team's name was the Rough Riders. So I got a lot of love for the double R's. Rob Rodriguez says that's not a competition. I will say, Rob, Raider Ron is special. I've seen him do some crazy shit, Rob. Even Borelli just said exactly what I said. He said that would be a bloodbath. I've seen Ron do some crazy-ish, but I like what I've seen from Rob. Borelli. Oh, man. Rob is really rising up the power rankings at the chat. Raider Ron is different, though. Rob is there. It would be an all-time bout. He says, I have 5 Venmo accounts. I wish I knew. John Borelli says, I'll tell Ronnie as a challenger. It would be one for the ages, Borelli. Borelli has seen both firsthand. I've seen him do some wild shit. Look, that's why when we beat the Raiders report the other day in Super Chats, it was such a big win. Because quite literally, the Raiders report by Chat Sports is the #1 Super Chat sports channel in the world. The #1 Super Chat sports channel in the world. And we gave him that L the other day. Borelli, I still love you. I still love the Raiders report. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be hired if it wasn't for the Raiders report. So I am forever indebted to the Las Vegas Raiders report. Oh, man. A little happy dad. Which one? Is this lemon lime? Yeah. Lemon lime? I did a boot the other day of the Happy Mom raspberry.
I put
Pineapple? John Borelli says Raider Ron has sent in a $2,000 Venmo before just to get him on Mount Raider more.
Hey, that honestly got me hired. So.
Yeah. I'm not going to doubt Rob Rodriguez that he can beat that, but I have to give the credit to Raider Ron. That stands until broken. And then he said he also done a $3,000 Venmo. Jeez, I didn't even know about that one. Rob Rodriguez says, I'm willing to go in $100K. Oh, Raider Ron versus Rob Rodriguez would be electric. The battle of the double R's. Rob, I'm never going to doubt you. I will never doubt you. He sent the $1,000 Venmo last week. That was freaking electric. I'm not doubting him. All righty.
Might as well.
Rich Rob.
Rich Rob. All right.
All righty. Here we go. Knocking down the boot. Woo! Oh, it burns. It burns. It's so much liquid, dude. Holy fuck. My tummy's full. Rob, I will never doubt you, Rob. I will never doubt you.
Yeah, or Rob, or me and Marsh could just come down to Miami with you.
Maybe we got to go out to Miami for a Knicks Heat game this year.
Maybe a little preseason action or something. Jeez, that was a lot. My God.
Oh, my stomach's in shambles right now.
For real. God, Malik Beasley got the minimum.
All right.
Hell of a show. That is true, double
I
R.
am getting better.
Yeah.
I'm getting better.
See, I feel like I've gotten worse. Like
You used to crush them last summer.
Dude, yeah, seriously.
As Crim's dad is in the building.
Crimmy.
Crimmy. Where have you, Crimmy? I miss you, brother. I miss you, Crimmy. I miss seeing you in the chat, riling everyone up. Crimmy says, no, J-Liv. I want Rob Rod to give more than I have. That's a lot, Crimmy. Crimmy has always and forever will be a Knicks Now MVP and a Giants Now MVP. He says, get over 5K, then talk. Oh, Lord.
As Boner in the chat showing us some love.
Crimmy, what up? Crims, we missed you, man. I know you're busy and you got real life stuff going on, but I love seeing the chat, man. I really, really do. I really, really do. Dude, I don't think my stomach has ever hurt this bad after a boot.
I feel like I need a huge burp right now.
Yeah.
Just get it out.
Holy shit. All right, is it time?
It's about that time.
It's about that time.
Closing time.
Bo Nur says, how's that Dallas Heat? It's hot. It is hot, dude.
It's hot as fuck, actually.
Derrick Rose is wearing number 23 with the Grizzlies. That's pretty cool.
That's his number at Memphis.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Good for D-Rose. It still pisses me off.
Crim's dad says, let's see some Marsh Madness.
What do you mean by that?
I can't do another boot.
No.
I can't.
Especially on the weekday shows, it's like one boot per show.
Yeah. Like, and then, like, we just did it. Oh, man. All righty. Crimstad says, I want RR to bring the bling.
Oh, yeah?
Rob Rod has done enough. He's done enough. Dimitri says, what are you fellas drinking? We just knocked down a Happy Dad boot. Yeah, Boner says, I can't believe how Chugs chugs the boot.
Seriously.
He could do the boot in 7 seconds. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Chugs is, like, he is a different breed. Like, it's incredible.
It is. It is incredible. Okie dokie. As teacher planner says, are you going to go live during the summer games? TBD. TBD right now, teacher planner. Peter, thank you. I will get that to the Chat Sports shipping team. I'll get that to the Chat Sports shipping team. What a show. Rob says next show, be there or be square. We're going to maybe Friday. How about this? Maybe we go live Friday, same time as the Raiders report.
We can do that.
And we do a super chat battle again.
That would, yeah, let's do it.
Borelli, do you think Mitch would be up for that? A Friday live show super chat battle.
Let's ride.
Rob, are you in? Are you in, Rob? Mark K says, do you think we should trade for Sadiq Bey? I think if the Knicks were interested in Sadiq Bey, they would have traded for him at this past trade deadline.
Yeah.
Peter Wynn says he's in for Friday. I'll need your help, Peter. I'll need your help. Next show, be there, be square. Maybe we go live on Friday. You do know this, though. If the Knicks make any type of move, we are going live. Borelli says Ron has been MIA. Rob Rodriguez says let's do it.
All right.
All righty. There it is. Rich says I'm there for the foolishness.
Oh, I know you will be.
We beat them twice now, actually. We beat the Raiders report twice now.
When was the first time?
When Peter Wynn put the team on his back for the Knicks-Cavs game.
Oh, yeah, we did beat
We've
them
actually
twice.
given the Raiders report 2 L's.
God, don't make us get the brooms out, Borelli.
Borelli, don't
make
let
us
us
get the
sweep you,
brooms
Borelli.
out. Uh-oh.
Borelli.
Uh-oh, Borelli.
Ooh.
Borelli's nervous.
That's when Peter Wynn went freaking Jordan Game 6.
Seriously. Watch it. You better have Mitch better have Raider more on speed dial.
Yeah, you better hope Mount Raider more shows up,
Yeah.
Borelli. I freaking love Borelli, dude.
Yeah,
I freaking love that guy.
He's a good sport. My brothers.
We love you, Borelli. We love everybody that's watching. Thank you to everybody that showed love. Shout out to I Am Jules for winning the t-shirt. That's awesome stuff right there. We're going to sign off. He says, I'm putting down that Thor axe.
Friday, be there.
Be there. Friday, Flint, Michigan Mega Bowl. We'll see you later. Later, guys.